okay, maybe not a party. It's actually, okay, actually it's a job. But the fact is, when you're employed as an usher at a movie theater, it's like hosting a party every night.
Now, if you were hosting a party at your house, it would be your job to welcome everyone, make them feel glad they came. You would do everything in your power to make sure they had a good time. And it's the same thing here, in this house. Except these folks paid to come to this party. As an usher, your responsibilities fall into 4 general areas. 1, you're the official greeter, and you help set the mood for our guests. 2, safety and security. Make sure everyone has a ticket, that no one sneaks in, and that you're aware of what's going on around you. 3, cleanliness. Outside of the film itself, there's nothing more noticeable to our customers. And 4, crowd management. Over the course of a day, a lot of people come through this lobby, and organization is key.
Your first interaction with the customers may be when you take their ticket. Now, believe it or not, the impression that you leave during this brief moment will have a tremendous influence on what kind of experience the customer has during their visit to the theater.
Good evening. Your film is showing in theater number 3. That's down the hall and to the right.
Hey, not bad. Notice how our friend here made us feel. He devoted his full attention to us, made eye contact, smiled, and pleasantly told us what we needed to know. The gestures were helpful too.
Enjoy the show.
We will. Well, your party's off to a good start, but there's a lot more to know if this evening's going to come off like you want it to. And it all starts before any of your guests arrive.
Okay, first up, let's talk about what's involved in opening the theater for business each day. It's a good idea to begin by checking in with the manager to see if there's anything special on tap for the day. Also, compare the written schedule for that day's shows against what's being displayed throughout the theater. It's possible that you could catch a mistake and save everyone a lot of trouble later on. Next, set up any poles and ropes that are needed, including those in front of the box office. Then start your theater walkthrough and do it with a critical eye, as if through the eyes of a customer. When you're here every day, it's easy to take for granted that everything's okay, but seemingly small items can stand out like a bad actor to someone here to see a movie. Check that all doors that should be unlocked are unlocked and fully operational. For instance, in the winter, ice or snow can build up and make them hard to open. Check light bulbs inside and out, and make sure that all exits are lit and unobstructed. Make sure that the lobby and/or auditorium music has been turned on, and that the temperature in the auditorium is correct. Tell a manager if adjustments are needed. And check to make sure that the janitors have done their jobs. For instance, the restroom should be clean and well stocked. If something has been missed and you can easily remedy the situation, do so. But be sure to report such problems to a manager.
Now, oftentimes you'll be required to manage lines of patrons waiting to purchase tickets or to get into an auditorium. Typically, our customers don't mind a brief wait, as long as the situation is handled well and they have a good idea of what's going on. Have you ever been waiting in a line for a period of time only to find out you were in the wrong place? Probably didn't make you very happy. The key is communication. It's a good idea to walk the line and provide customers with information about the wait. People need to know where to go, and they're looking to you for answers. If it's a ticket holder line, advise people that have not yet bought their tickets that they can do so before getting in line. And make sure the line is orderly and not just a crowd of people milling around. The attitude you present in such situations is, as always, extremely important. Don't yell or bark out instructions. And it's important to keep cool if someone in line gets a bit testy. The words please and thank you prove quite valuable at times like these. Also, if you put your requests in the form of a question, then you'll appear less demanding and more amiable.
Could you please step over to this line after you've purchased your tickets?
Posing your request so that it's seen as an advantage for the customer is a good idea as well.
You can buy your tickets before you get into this line to avoid unnecessary waiting.
Now, for shows that draw a large audience, you'll sometimes need to help people find available seats. Let's face it, once the house lights come down, it's hard to see in here. Ushers need to be aware of the location of available seats and communicate this to the patrons who are still coming in.
The best remaining seats are to this side of the theater.
Now, if you need to assist someone to a seat and require the use of a flashlight, make sure it's pointed to the floor as you walk and that you point the light at the available seat. Research shows that not too many people are crazy about having a flashlight in their eyes. Now, if the auditorium is crowded or sold out, you'll need to create seats. If so, do like this guy is doing. Make an announcement that the film is sold out and that we need everyone's help to make enough room. Now, you may need to suggest that people slide over and eliminate single seats, or that people remove coats or purses from empty seats to make room for others. And of course, request should be just that, request. Give everyone a reason to cooperate by asking them in a friendly way to do so. Be pleasant and diplomatic.
Okay, so now you've got everyone seated and they can enjoy the film. So this is your chance to sit down and relax, take it easy, right? Wrong! The fact is that you need to monitor the auditorium occasionally to see how things are going. Check to see that the picture, sound, and room temperature are correct, and make sure that no one is smoking, talking, or disturbing others. As we see throughout this video series, there are many ways that a customer's trip to the movies can be impacted, and improper behavior of someone near them is one of the most annoying that a customer can experience. Your job is to help turn a negative impact into a positive one. Ushers should deal with problem situations as long as it can be done in a friendly, non-threatening way. You merely need to approach the party in question, inform them that they're causing a disruption for other customers, and nicely ask them to stop. These situations are usually resolved quite easily because the individuals causing the disruption often don't realize they're causing any problem. Just remember that even if they question your authority, tact should always be your strategy.
So, how's Scott?
Oh my gosh, he is so hot. He is so
Excuse
cute.
me, guys, yeah, I'm gonna have to ask you to please stop talking, making it hard for these people to hear the movie.
Well, what if we don't?
Well, then you'll be asked to leave. I appreciate your cooperation, though. Thanks.
Now, at times like these, it's easy to take things personally, but it's vital that you don't overheat. If your intervention doesn't do the job, or the situation escalates, then inform your manager. They've been trained on exactly how to deal with moments like these.
Crossovers is an expression that you may have heard since you joined the theater staff. It refers to people who try to slide into a movie where they don't belong. Crossovers typically come in three forms. Kids sneaking into R-rated films, one customer buying a ticket and then letting his or her friends into the auditorium through the exits, or individuals who move from one auditorium to another as they are supposedly exiting. Your manager will probably discuss with you various ways to guard against such hanky-panky. One of the most common methods is to stand near the entrance to the other auditoriums that people pass as they exit and wish them well as they leave. But however you do it, it's vital to keep in mind the importance of maintaining a friendly, non-threatening demeanor. You could be mistaken about their intentions, and the last thing you want is a confrontation on your hands. Once the movie's over, it's time for another visit to the auditorium. This time, prior to the start of the next show, should be used for picking up trash, sweeping, wiping up, and mopping. While you're cleaning up, be sure to check for any broken or damaged chairs. They need to be covered with a bag, rope, tape, or any other means and reported to a manager right away. Also, any items you come across that are unaccounted for should be turned into the lost and found after each show.
Wherever you are in the building, it's important that you never walk past a problem. If you see popcorn on the floor, pick it up. Don't plan to do it later or expect someone else to take care of it. A good philosophy to follow is this: everyone picks up all the time. Restrooms, corridors, and the lobby should constantly be checked as well. Look for spills, make sure everything is stocked, and empty and clean all trash cans. Finally, when you're ready to close down the theater for the night, keep in mind that additional cleanup will probably be needed to keep the next morning's cleanup to a minimum. Also, be sure to return your ticket stubs to the manager, store all ropes and standards, and make any changes needed on the marquees or other signs. Well, as you can see, we are talking about a job here, not a party. But hopefully at the end of your shift, you'll have enjoyed your work.
And more importantly, your guests will have enjoyed their time at the theater.
And unlike a party at your house, none of these people are likely to crash on your couch.
Yeah, right. Or want you to make them breakfast in the morning.
Or make so much noise that the cops show up.
Or swing from your chandelier.
You have a chandelier?
Yeah.
How much is he making?
Well, it's not like a real chandelier. It's not like, the really nice ones.
It's a plastic one?
It's not real.